What's going on, everyone? Man, we got a crowd tonight. We got Fluffy and Carson, Sugar Diamond, Bertha. Hello, everyone. Jessica Marie, Callie Girl, Lorraine, Carson, and of course, Russ and Don Aaron. What's going on, Don? And Amy and Deborah and Kitra. Man, starting off big tonight. Um, so I wanted to let you guys know we were supposed to have a special guest tonight. Um and he's taking care of some business that he needs to take care of. And if you could um you know he'll be on with us next time. Like I was saying, I was gonna I would like to start having people come on from the community, not necessarily content creators, but any like start having like people in the community come up. And if Fluffy wants to come on with me and give me a hard time, that's cool. So those who would like to come up with me, shoot me off an email at Math the Rock and Crocheter, and we'll schedule a Thursday to have you come up, and I'll interview you and all of that, and we'll have some fun. Um, Go ahead, and I'll get the YouTube stuff out of the way. Um, if you like the content, subscribe and hit the thummies, please. I would appreciate it. Um, Rebecca, Fiber Jazz Rebecca is off to the side. She's taking a breather for a second. We just had our grandson, so it's one of those things. So it was woe to go as soon as I got off work. So it was crazy. Yeah, I know. We were on a live rest that one time. That was kind of crazy. Um, Welcome in, everybody. We'll give it a couple more minutes. Hello, Carson, Lorraine, Sherry R. Jessica Marie. Um, if you could email me that like there was a cardigan that you did that had some like killer stitching down the back of it. If you could send me what the pattern was, I would appreciate it because that was really cool. I like the stitching down the back. I saw it one of your pictures. And Zoila, what's going on, Zoila? Zoila's in the house. So everybody's here. That's awesome. This is a killer live. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. And this is for for Fluffy, uh, because she was a naysayer, and I'm supposed to be the bougie yarn guy, and she doubted me. So here's the proof. Now it's upside down. Dang it. Gotta get that light out of my face. Um, Here is definitely the proof. The roll with it little melange. I really like this stuff. I didn't used to, but I've worked with it on a couple projects, and it's awesome. This one is the where is it? This is the Showtime, which works up really pretty. And this one is is it catwalk? And this one is catwalk. So see, I have some. It's not just bougie yarn. I've got some regular yarn. Plus, we got Russ's advent box. So I've got a lot of Hirschners laying around now, which I'm kind of excited to use. It's Hirschner's Afghan, and he hooked it up. He hooked it up with quite a few. Uh, he hooked it up with quite a few skeins. So I gotta start getting on this. I know I was asked. Lorraine mentioned it that when she was asking me about my virus shawl, and I've been working on like a couple of things just to like clear my mind. And so the virus shawl is here. I'm just getting into the red. So I'm really pleased with it. It's coming along really well. I did a couple rows last night and got to the red, and so I'm excited about the color change because it's gonna start getting into the darker colors, which if you can turn the light, if you can see them. So it's gonna get into the red, the green, and the blue. So I'm really excited about it. Uh, I like when the color changes. That actually makes me want to like work harder with it. Uh, it makes me keep going because the white when it got into the yellow, I just kind of like I was like So now I'm getting into the red, and it's I think it's going to be really pretty. And of course, I have to give a credit to Fiber Spider because that's his Fiber Shawl pattern. And what are we doing? Mouth the Rock and Crochet. Do you make these yarns yourself? That particular yarn that I just showed, the cake, that's from Rena's. She made her and I were talking. Rena and I were talking back and forth about the colors, and I wanted something that kind of reflected my heritage because I'm Portuguese, and so we were talking about colors and stuff, and so we put these colors together, and it was inspired by a Portuguese traditional dress with all the embroidery and all the stuff on it. So I don't get credit for making it, but because Rena made it, but her and I worked on the idea. As you saw that flash by, that was Fiber Jazz Rebecca. She's going like heck. What's going on, Michi? What's going on, Tracy?
Hello, everyone.
So we got quite a few people tonight. This is outstanding. This is crazy. So, Rena makes the yarn. Thank you, Michi. I like Michi. I've actually got. So, um, this was one. It's a pretty color also. And this one was this is another Rena's cake, and it's this one is the one that Michi did with Rena, and then she's got one that's got sparkles in it, and but I opted for not having the sparkles. Not a sparkle kind of guy. So this is the one. This is the one from Michi's, and it's beautiful. It's really nice. Hers is a A-ply cotton fingering weight, so hers is a one weight, and there's 1,400 yards. Um, because I talked to Rena and I had problems working with the fingering weight. Um, so when Rena made my cake, the Graciosa, she made mine in a sport weight. Mine's a 12 ply, so mine's a little bit heavier. But that's really the and the colors, of course. But that's the biggest difference between Michi's cake and my cake. Because I think Michi likes the Michi. You like the fingering weight, right? You like the really light yarn. I know she's on here somewhere. So how many people really like that? Like the no, she doesn't. Oh, Matt, have you seen all the new Dawn's Opal color waves from Rena? No, I haven't.
Yes, we did.
Did we?
Yes, it's
Oh,
beautiful.
it was on Bod did it, didn't she?
Yes,
Bag a day. That was on the
yes,
Bag a Day thing. Yes, I did.
it was beautiful.
It was really. They were really nice. Rena actually does some really nice stuff and very pretty stuff. One thing I wanted to share. Hey, Linda. I tend to I tend to really like worsted and DK. Those are that's my jam. But Don, I think I only caught part of your life the other night. So let's see what Michi says. I actually prefer DK, but certain shawl patterns work out beautiful with fingering weight. I was actually very mindful to the majority. I was very mindful to the majority, but my next color wave will be a DK. That's what I was thinking of talking to Rena about doing maybe a heavier like DK one. That would be cool. I know um she has some hand dyed stuff, I believe. That's like a DK weight. The last I looked on her website. Um I also wanted to share this. I know I spoke with Dawn about it. Let me pull up this on my screen real quick so you guys can see it. In March, let me get the right button. In March, come on, there it is. In March of this year, there's going to be this is for a Bay Area yarn crawl, and I had talked to Russ about it too. And it's local yarn shops in the Bay Area, and it's gonna be oh no, I gotta go to the other page. It's gonna be This is the second annual. I want to try and get to this one this year. We didn't get to the one the first year. It's going to be March 14th through the 23rd. So those of you like, I know there's a few people up in Sacramento and in the Bay Area. And so this is going to be kind of cool because this is going to be like all the Bay Area and I believe Napa. Just going through some of the shops that are included. Um, there's a whole bunch of them I haven't been to yet, and I'm gonna try and get to some of these. The two that are on the list that I've been to is the Black Squirrel, which is a really cool shop. That's where I got the undyed DK. It's really nice. It's a really neat shop. And of course, where is it? It's not smooth. Of course, Fillery, because I'm gonna fill it with Fillery. That shop is in San Jose. So whenever we go over to San Jose to visit family, we stop in there. Black Squirrel is in Berkeley, I believe. And they're really cool. They're really nice people. So it's a very cool, there's some very cool shops. So you'd have to go check them out. So as far as makes, I actually I've been working on this, which is the BOGO shawl from um, Fiber Spider, which is very cool. And the yarn that I'm working that up in it's not bougie yarn. Come on. It's Premier and it's spun colors. And the colorway is where is the colorway? Is Blue Ridge. But it's cool because I still have my merino and it's 35% fine merino. So I still got my merino in there. So I'm pleased about that. Rebecca's working on her shawl. Did you finish the
No, the shawl's not.
Rebecca's got some stuff that she's been working on. Oh dang. How did I miss that?
I'm working on a cap for that blanket that I just made. So I'm working on a cap. Oops, my hair. So because of that, I had cap that goes with that, which is similar to the hat that I made.
You get it. Dang!
For my sister.
Who's got the attitude?
so I'm making another one like that. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of rock and roll, who's got that rock and roll attitude? Dang! So, hello, Songbird. Tammy and Friends Motivational. How you doing? Yeah, Rebecca does some really cool stuff. Um she's actually crocheting like almost every night. I try to, but some days my hands aren't cooperative.
Hold on. Some people were asking me about this blanket. There were, because I'm gonna give it to her tonight. It's just double stitch. double stitch, and then I did a granny. See, and then see double stitch all the way through, a granny in between. So that's, I made it a pattern. And then I did a shell stitch at the end. So you can make your own pattern. You know, just follow it through all the way. Oh, I still have a stitch marker there. Okay.
That's okay. I had the stitch marker dangling off mine also. That was pretty. I like those colors.
Yeah.
Ah! What happened? I thought you were going to show that one.
Well, okay. And this other one is still this.
Ah!
Okay. This one is just the same. It's
This
one has a cross stitches. No, it's cross stitches. And granny squares. And then at the end, I just gave it a. I just gave it a regular double stitches.
See, Fluffy, it wouldn't be a one of my videos without me hiding behind a make. What's going on, Michael? Thank you for coming in. I hope you're doing well. And hi, Amy. Who else is? Cool. Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate it. Because you know the one I'm talking. Jessica shared a picture, and it was the back of this like long cardigan that had like this really cool stitching down the back, and I want to try it as my first like wearable like thing. But I think I'm gonna need quite a few skeins of yarn for it. So I know everybody's been excited about the bougie blanket. And for those of you that don't know, I'm making a blanket for my son. I sent him a picture of the two patterns, the two blankets I was thinking. And so this weekend, I'm going to start balling up the Malabrigo because he picked the pattern, which was Fiber Spider's Granny Virus meets Kaleidoscope Shawl. I know I'm not saying that right. Fiber Spider, if you're watching, I'm sorry. And so I'm going to start balling up the Malabrigo and start getting on that. So I'm excited about that one. And for those of you that haven't used a Swift or like a ball winder, I'll show you. I'm gonna show how to put the hanks, undo the hanks, and put them on the Swift. Because if you don't know, and you cut the wrong, and you're cutting like strings and stuff, you could like cut some yarn in there, and it's all bad. So I'm gonna kind of go over that, and And so Jan Russ hit on it. He sent me a heads up for the yarn inspirations um, sale. I've already got stuff in my cart. I've got some melange. I've got some other stuff. So if I'm thinking if it's gonna work, we're gonna have a yarn haul for that, which you know, which will be very cool. Um, and like I said earlier, if you guys want to come, like if somebody wants to come up and like hang out, um, just let me know. Send me an email, and that's gonna kind of. I wanted it to kind of be a Thursday thing, and have like a guest and have them come up and interview about yarn and about hooks and of course food. We always get to food. We always do the food. Um, and just have a good time and just talk. Get to see people that we don't normally do and have a good time with it. So that is coming up. So what else am I working on? Um, so I've got those. This was the hat that what? I'm not stretching nothing. This was the hat that Rebecca made to go with the blanket. I'm looking very festive. She said not to stretch that out because I've got a big noggin. So I will put that in my stasherino. So I've got my yarn. Um, what I'd like to do, and thank you to everybody. I hit my 600. Woo! Which was very cool. I was excited. Um, I know we were talking about us like cleaning up yarn and this and that. Um, we're actually live in a small place, so the shoe boxes work better than like the 30-gallon tote things. Um, oh, ah,
So you can interview me.
ah. So here we are. So now I get to interview my lovely Rebecca.
Hello, everyone. Hi.
Quit playing with the
Yeah,
quit playing with the camera.
I know.
So we're having a good time. So why are you pursing your lips? Is
No,
you
I'm
pursing
not.
your
I'm
lips
not.
at me?
I'm not. I'm not
Man,
pursing
I'm
my lips.
always
No.
in trouble.
Pretend I'm in another computer.
Pretend you. How can I pretend you're at another computer? You're almost sitting on my lap. We're at another computer. Um. So I know Rebecca's not on as much as I am.
No.
I mean, I'm the bougie crazy knitter crocheter guy.
Mm-hmm.
Rebecca is usually in the background,
Mm-hmm.
but tonight she's in the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
So, do any of you have any questions for Rebecca? I mean, what's your I know Clover's your favorite needle, and it's the Clover Amours.
Yeah, I think a lot of them have heard. Yeah. Yeah, Clover Amore. Well, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Okay.
We
Let me
know you
take this
like
out of my ear first.
because it's echoing.
Yes, it's echoing. Um,
We know you like Queensland.
I actually have been crocheting for about, I want to say about 5 or 6 years, and I started. I I I had a love of crochet because of my mother. My mother. I come from a large family of 13 brothers and sisters, and my mother was an avid crocheter, and she used to crochet um, baby blankets um, for everyone. Not just, we belonged to a church organization, and she used to crochet for people from church, and she also crocheted for all of the grandchildren in our family. And she even crocheted blankets for grandchildren that were not born, and put them away for them. So that was a great love of my mother. And I watched her. I watched her crochet, and that was something that was a love of mine. Uh, Seeing her do that, uh, no one in the family picked that up, and so I, um, I was destined to pick that up from her. Um, so I did learn a little bit from her during those years, and I put it back down until about 6 years ago. And I told Matt, I really want to learn how to crochet again. So I took a master class. It was called a master class, like PBS has some of those classes. Um, and I was I was surprised they had one. And so I took one of those classes, and it was nice. It was slow. It was, methodical. And uh, so I took the class, and it was interesting. It was timely. Um, and it got me interested in doing it. And then I started watching some of the YouTube channels. I started watching, uh, believe it or not, back then it was just some uh, channels like it was Bag O Day, and it was
Fiber Hustle.
Fiber Hustle, and some of the older channels that were around back then. And I give kudos to them because they were very educational. And it had me going. It really got me interested in keeping with the crochet. Um, so I kept watching, and then uh, I also want to give kudos to the crochet crowd.
The crochet crowd. We
Yeah.
watched them too.
Mikey. I watched Mikey for a long time.
And we watched when Russ was on the first time.
Mm-hmm.
We watched Russ then too.
Right. But those were the people that we were watching back then. And you were watching the
Urban Yarn?
Urban Yarn also.
Craig up in Canada.
Up in Canada. And so to give you an idea of what we were doing before to give you an idea of what was going on back then, and what was available to us. I really thank some of the new channels that are coming out also, because they give you a variety of teaching ways of doing different techniques. And I also thank a lot of the channels that I mentioned because they stood strong and they stayed in teaching because teaching is a very difficult thing to do and to be able to stay for long periods of time. How do I know? I'm a retired teacher. I'm a I'm a high school and adult retired teacher.
And along with her learning, getting back into crochet,
Mhm.
at about that time, that's when she was because I play guitar, and she was thinking to keep my hands like
Mhm.
limbered up. That's about the same time I taught myself to knit.
Mhm.
So I have to, like, she shouted out some channels, and I watched So Woolly,
Mhm.
which was her channel is really cool.
Yes.
If you want to start knitting,
Mhm.
um, she goes over like a lot of stuff, and
Mhm.
it's really cool.
Mhm.
Like you said, Gary, your Urban Yarn, uh,
Mhm.
and then later on, uh, it was when Juan came on. We started watching Juan, and that's when I picked up crochet
Yeah.
because I was fascinated with it.
That Fluffy, I really appreciate that you were a special needs teacher. I love that. I worked with a lot of special needs teacher. I taught in at a county school, and we also had students that did have special needs. I was in particular vocational ed teacher, and um, and so we did get a lot of students that were special needs as also. Um, I taught adults for a while, um, and it's so important to have special ed teachers. Uh, you are you are so needed in our schools.
Fluffy, kudos to you.
And
All the respect for doing that.
I have one
That's awesome.
brother that needed special needs. So absolutely, we adore our special needs teachers. Um,
There's Tank.
and the field of teaching was not only administration, was also health occupations. So that was the field that I came from. Let's see. One of the questions that was asked was, "What is my favorite hook?" My favorite hook is I have. It depends on what I'm doing, of course, but I like for those blankets that I'm making. It calls for a 5.5. Um, uh, I use 5.5 to 6. But if I'm making a smaller blanket, like a shawl, it's going to be a 4.5 to 5.
Fluffy wants to see the hooks.
Hold on, Fluffy.
Hey, Fluffy, do me a favor. Um, Shoot me off an email, the rock and crocheter at gmail.com, if you please. So Rebecca's getting her hooks. She's actually has like a whole lot of them. I know we've gotten a few.
But it was a bucket hat.
Wow! Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hold on. I stepped on that.
Sorry,
Hold on, Sew it for me. So I had to make myself a different one.
that was on our TV. Kudos to Bod. See, now you know what we were watching.
Okay.
We've been together for 15 years.
Mhm. Mhm.
Is how long is
Yeah. I don't, yeah.
and it's been
Yeah, my prior it was 35 years and I've been with him for 15 years. Yes, that's the way it is.
yeah, because she's the love of my life. So she's got a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, I know
I showed this last time. These are some of my favorites. It's the
you have to hold them up.
I wonder how many of you use the
There you go.
use the
See, you're having the problem too.
oh Jesus, because it's not set up for me.
No, because we're splitting the camera.
Yeah. How many of you use this hook? Clover Gold. It just slides, you know, when you use your hook. And so all my clover hooks are in here. You know, in my
Here, I'll use give me the thing and I will do the showing.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where she keeps all of her clover hooks.
And if you have clover hooks, you have the clover amours, right? Right? Sherry, you use those? Yeah. If you're a clover hook person, then you have your clover amours. So I have all of those clover amours, right? I have all the clover amours. I do have a few
Isn't that the one?
furls.
That's the one we got from Michi.
Yeah, there's furls. I'm not a big furls person. Yeah, he is. He is. But I'm trying to use them to kind of, but my hands are not very big. I don't know if you here. I'm 5'4". I'm 5'4", and my hands are not very big. I do have what is called I got a brain fart.
I don't know if you can say that.
Yeah, you can say brain. And then he got me this one here.
Nah, that was one of the wooden ones.
Oh, Kira.
This is not my show tonight. It's all you. You want me get up? You want me to get the hell out the way?
Yes, this one right here. It's a 5.5. What is it called? And they're not very expensive.
No, Michi was showing. I have to look up.
Yeah,
I
this
know
is
I
the
have the
ones that
website.
this is the one that Michi showed on her website. And you know, I like to try different. Where did I get these? I think I got these either at.
You have to hold it back. You're too close to the camera. There you go.
Does anybody remember these?
Timu.
Timu. It's the Rebecca show, huh?
What's going on, Juan?
Hello,
Juan.
Juan.
That's the
How
first
are you?
time I've seen him in the live. Woo!
How you doing, Juan?
How you doing, Juan?
So it's kind of. So I like to try different ones to see which ones work better. And of course, I have some of the old ones like the Susan Bates. And hold on a second.
While you're searching,
Go
I
ahead.
wanted to show, because I can show Juan while you're searching. I know I had sent Juan a couple of cakes, the Graciosa cakes, and he was having trouble finding a hook for it. And
Sorry.
I have this is my Furls cookies and cream, and this is the one I'm using. It's a 5, but you can see the hook versus, like, let's say there's my Odyssey. Whoop. The hook on my Odyssey. So the hook on this now it's my turn to be too close. The hook on this resin one actually curves over a lot more than like my metal ones do. So I'm using this because it helps to keep the fibers all together when I'm working it. And I know someone just mentioned the Omni hooks, Omni hooks. Those aren't bad. I don't like the way I just don't care for the squeak. What's going on, VJ?
I have my collection of Susan Bates.
Yeah, but you never used the Susan Bates one.
Yeah, I have them though because I want to.
Because of those, I use the Susan Bates ones.
Yeah. And I tried this one. This wasn't too bad to use. I think I got this at that he says because he's got big hands. He can't it's too small for him. But this wasn't too bad to use. I think I got this at the dollar store. I want to say the dollar store.
Yeah, I think we got them at the dollar store.
Yeah.
Because like with those, between, let me see one of those.
Hmm.
Between Rebecca and I, yeah, there's no there's no way. So that's why I like the furls.
Mm-hmm.
Is because they're bigger and I'm a knife holder and she's a pencil holder.
Yeah, being
So
a
it works
teacher.
It works out better for me.
Being a teacher, I'm too used to holding pencils. These are the
Yeah, I'm glad somebody else does that besides me with the upside down thing.
Mm-hmm.
These were the ones that Michi was talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and we actually caught a couple of them as kind of a backup for like the Odysseys, because the Odysseys are really expensive.
Wrong way.
Right now, the Odysseys are ridiculous price. I saw them 200 plus, 1,200 to 2,000 for a set. It's crazy.
And these are the ones that he bought me.
Those were the wooden ones that I know Michi had talked about earlier, and those were the ones that I picked up.
These are not crazy expensive. How much were they, babe?
They weren't that expensive.
These were not that expensive. They were like the ones that were expensive. Oh, sorry.
Quit throwing your hooks in my laptop. Yeah, these weren't that expensive. What I'll do is I know I have the
It
links and
listed,
stuff for
yeah.
them, so I'll post the links in my in the description for the hooks
Mhm.
because these are actually um between like these and the Odyssey that I have, there's not too much difference.
Mhm.
Um,
And then I have these that I'm gonna start. I'm gonna don't touch.
don't touch.
I'm gonna start. I want to learn how to crochet, knit. So he bought me these so I can start to learn how to.
Let me see this. Let me see your knitting needles.
No,
Let me see your knitting needles.
no.
Let me see your knitting needles. I actually did a demo on these,
Mhm.
and if you're looking for a needle that's it's I mean it's not like a Chowgu, but it kind of is. Because this actually has the metal connection, so it doesn't kink. It doesn't like if you're gonna start. These would be a really good um, set. These are prim, and these would I think would be a really good set to like a starting knitter because this is not going to give you the hassle like some of the other circular needles because this is metal. And when I was starting out, that was the biggest problem with the circulars was they were all plastic um, through here, and they would twist up and they would have a memory, and you have to stick them in boiling water and then like stretch them out to have them hang straight. So these are a really cool option um, for like a starting someone who wants to start out knitting. And these were cheap. I got these at Michael's, and uh, they're good needles. They just don't slide like my Chow Goose, and nothing is gonna slide like my Chow Goose. They just don't. They have a little more, uh, not as slippery, which would be good for someone who's starting knitting. So these, if you haven't checked them out and you want to start knitting, they have a few sizes of them, but check out the Prim knitting needles. They're killer. They're actually really good. They're actually really comfortable to use too. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Here's your knitting needles back.
Thank you. Yeah, show them that. Okay. And
Just as a kind of a
mm,
like
cute.
we were just talking about the circular needles.
Mhm.
I learned from a couple of YouTube creators when you have the connecting ones like this is these are pretty straight, but the plastic ones like this usually like you'll get them and they'll be all like kinked up and messed up and they're really hard to use.
Mhm.
So what you do is you get some boiling water and put this up to
Up to the
like
end.
up to the ends in the boiling water.
Mhm.
And then what you do is you take it while it's still hot and stretch it out like this. And then you run it underneath cold water so that it shocks it
Yeah.
and it keeps the connecting cable straight.
Mhm. So these are what kind of needles are they?
Those are Knitter's Pride,
Knitter's Pride needles.
but those are Tunisian. Those are your
right,
Tunisian needles.
my little Tunisian needles.
So if Mike or Panda is in the house, see, we got the Tunisian ones. So we'll have to give it have to give it a whirl
Mhm.
because I tried a little bit of it and it was kind of cool.
Mhm.
Coming from knitting, it made sense to me.
Mhm.
But I liked crocheting because it's faster, and the Tunisian it kind of goes back to towards the knitting, which is a lot slower.
Mhm.
But it's very cool. Like Michael at MDL, he
Mhm.
and he comes up with some really killer stuff.
Absolutely.
He's the man when it comes to Tunisian.
And just to shout out to Michael, we've been watching you, Michael. We love your channel. We love to watch you do your Tunisian projects.
But I gotta give out, of course, I gotta you gave me that advance notice before and it was helpful. Yeah, I know I talked to when Juan when I first came on when Juan first came on and he was talking about knitting. I was trying to get him I was trying to give him the message, get the ones with the metal, like the circulars with the metal connectors, because it takes out so much frustration out of the whole equation. I mean, you're going to be frustrated enough, like learning the stitch, like learning to the knit stitch and the purl stitch when you first start. So you want to cut down on the craziness,
Mhm.
and that connector will cut down on quite a bit.
Mhm.
If you I started out with the my grandmother had some long knitting needles, and those are what I started out with,
Mhm.
and shortly found out on the way through that the the circulars were the way to go.
Mhm.
And now that's when I knit, that's all I use is the circular needles.
We actually have quite a few old vintage needles.
Yeah, that were my grandma. Like I have vintage needles that my grandmother used,
Mhm.
like from the 50s and stuff. And um, so we've got quite a few.
Between both of
No
us.
vintage yarn,
Mhm.
uh,
No.
but vintage
Well,
hooks and stuff. Yes.
one of the things that we both agree on, because I have really bad asthma, and so he loves wool, but I can't handle wool too much. It's because of my asthma, and I'm allergic to mold really bad. So I I prefer not to keep vintage wool in the house. So because of that, so we try to keep newer yarn, and if the yarn gets a little too musty, we don't keep old yarn here in the house. So we try to clean out and circulate the yarn in the house. It doesn't do us uh, any good to keep it in our home. So we try to circulate the air, circulate the yarn, and keep us all healthy. Yeah, yeah.
Take it easy, Jessica. Have a good night. Um,
So that's why I veered towards cottons
and
and some
and
acrylics.
acrylic.
Yeah, and acrylics.
And I tend to be with all the funky animal yarn,
Mm-hmm.
like the yak and like the merino, the superwash merino, and
right,
that kind of stuff,
and
because I really like that.
That's why we use small containers, not large containers. We're not going to do large containers. No.
See, that distills that takes care of the shoebox myth.
We don't do shoe boxes.
Because I've been hammered for the shoe boxes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this was something I actually knitted. And we were talking about like dog clothes. Don Aaron was talking about dog clothes and stuff, and I started knitting. I don't know what the heck I was doing. I started knitting like a scarf thing, and I got mad, and it slipped off my needles,
That's one of your first.
and it was like one of my first, like, so now we put it on the dog when it's warm, and it keeps his middle section warm, which is this. This is one of my
first trials.
first stabs at
Knitting.
knitting something. So it was supposed to be a scarf, and it ended up as,
He ripped it off.
yeah, as you can see. I was not happy, and it slipped off the hook.
That's before he learned that he couldn't
Patience.
just he couldn't just rip off knitting.
Yeah, you can't once. Yeah,
He
it's
saw
hard
me
to.
pull.
I saw her ripping back stuff, and
Mhm.
I tried it, and yeah, I got a bit of a mess.
Mhm.
So,
But it did look pretty.
we've all been there.
Mhm.
But poor little Paco puts this like around his midsection,
Mhm.
and he like
He's nice and warm.
struts around with it around his midsection.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was some of my first knitting.
Mhm. So I do have three children. They're older. Matt has 2 boys, and I have 2 boys and a girl. And I have 5 grandsons. Yeah, we both together.
And they keep us running.
They keep us going. Mhm. They keep us going. Yes. We are blessed. Yeah.
Yeah, Susanna, that is very true. If I learned really fast how to add stitches and
Mhm.
take away stitches,
Mhm.
because I was counting, and I would get to the end, and I'd be like, oh shucks. And so then the next row I have to like either decrease or increase. And
Mhm.
yeah, I learned the hard way. When I learned to knit, um, I guess to my credit, I'm pretty hard headed
Mhm.
sometimes, most of the time. But when I started knitting, it was one like evening, and I started early, and I was in it for about 8 hours, like straight, and I cussed like a, yeah. There was some words that came out of my mouth that should never come out of a person's mouth.
Mhm.
learning how to crochet, and it took me about 8 hours to figure out like the tension, and to get. It was still pretty ugly, but I got it.
Mhm.
So as me, I've been knitting as long as Rebecca's been crocheting, because we started about the same time. No, 5 years. You said you crocheted.
Yeah, but not that long. I started before you did.
But I did it when the big
Oh, you did,
C.
yeah.
I did it when the big C
Yeah,
hit,
2000.
and that's
So,
when I started knitting.
Yeah, about 4 years. 5, 6. Yep, that's about right.
But I hate to say this, guys. As far as crochet goes, I've been what's less than a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been less than a year that I've been crocheting.
Mm-hmm.
So
He picked it up really well.
I picked it up really fast,
Mm-hmm.
and the knitting helped.
Yes,
Like the knitting
absolutely
really helped.
Absolutely. And I think vice versa. I think it'll help if you crochet to start knitting as well.
Thank you.
Wow, all the boys. Yes. Nothing but boys. You have girls? Crochet Queen Bayou Crochet Queen says, all those boys.
Yes, I did. Bayou Queen. Bayou Queen. Yes, I did cuss like to say a sailor, a truck driver. Uh, you could name whatever profession you'd like. There was some major. I even threw out a couple Portuguese words, bad words, and a couple Spanish words, and yeah, it was a heck of a time. But to my credit, I overcame, and my grandmother crocheted and knitted, and my mom
Oh, Sunflower,
crocheted.
you had one 6 boys. Whoa, you understand.
So because
And
I mean,
one
I
girl.
always watched them, and I was always fascinated with them, and me now being able to do both, I feel like since my mom and my grandmother have passed, I actually feel it makes me feel closer to them. I kind of channel them when I'm doing it. So it's very cool. I enjoy
Wow.
the yarn arts.
Wow. It's so good to see everybody that everyone's doing good.
Bean's got a cool name. Bean's got a really cool name. Peregrine Falcon. That's cool.
That's very cool, Fiber Floozy.
Blackjack dealer. Oh boy.
Uh-oh. My dad used to love playing cards at home. As he said, that always keeps you sharp.
How did we meet? We met at a Starbucks.
Yep. We met at a Starbucks.
We met at a Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
True story.
Mm-hmm. We did. We met having coffee.
And I started talking to her, and shortly we talked for quite a while.
Yeah.
And then we actually went out to dinner.
We talked for about a month or so, almost a month or almost 2 months. Coffee.
Yeah, when it's funny when my like I've been asked, do I have how many cups, do you have any cups of coffee in the morning? And it's like I have one.
Yeah. Yeah, I
have
said that's not one
I have
cup.
one cup of coffee. And it's Cafe Bustelo.
Yeah,
And
he
so
likes the
I don't
Bustelo.
drink the light stuff. I drink the hardcore.
But not back then. He started drinking Bustelo when he met me.
Yes.
Because,
the Puerto Rican
side, yeah, we drink Bustelo. Mm-hmm.
But my dad would drink espresso. So that's what got me on the coffee thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Yeah, originally we were from Texas. My mom's from Kansas. Do we have any Southerners from Kansas here? And
I know MDL's in Texas.
Yeah.
MDL and Panda.
Yeah, and that's why I put jazz, because my mom loved jazz. Yeah, my mom loved jazz. And so, yeah, and
Fiber Floozy.
Yeah.
If you like Puerto Rican
jazz.
food, this is the one. Bomb. She makes bomb Puerto Rican
Arroz
food.
con gandules. Arroz.
Her and her sister. Oh my God. You can't. Oh, woo. They throw down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even with the Mexican food, Rebecca throws down.
There is a
She's
Cafe
hardcore.
Bustelo Pop up here in Houston. Wow. They often visit. Oh, wow. Fluffy. 2 weeks. Songbird. Can knit in continental style. Oh, wow. Songbird knits.
Oh, right
Are
on.
you continental or are you?
No, I'm English.
He's English knitter.
I'm a thrower, and if you really press me to do it, I can knit Portuguese style.
So I don't know what kind of knitter I'll become. So I'll have to find out once I start. I'll have to do a little research.
Oh, the grape leaves with the stuffing. That's Greek. That's
There's two kinds. There's the Greek, and there's another kind.
Those are
Um,
what the heck is the name for those? I can see them in my head. Dolmas.
dolmas. Yeah.
It's dolmas.
Mm.
The Greek dolmas. I love those. Those are bomb.
I love to crochet. It.
See, we always get back to food.
Jill, Zoila, you mean pasteles? Oh my gosh. Zoila, do you know how to make pasteles? Tomades. Oh, he must be Italian. Songbird, are you Italian? Or Greek? Oh, let's see. Fiber
Zoila knows how to make
guilty.
pasteles.
Oh, Zoila, send us pasteles. Oh, Carmen. Carmen's a, let's see, more knitting group that meets RSVP. Wow, Margaret, you are part of the knitting group that meets. Wow. The best. Oh, I'm gonna really look forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Hi, Dawn Freeland.
It's the Rebecca show now for real. Fluffy heard your accent.
What's my accent? Let's see. I'm hoarse right now because my eyes. Well, the fires from LA, we're getting a little bit of smoke residue from Southern California, and it's affecting those who have asthma or have autoimmune. So be careful. Pasteles is it's like a
It's
like
Puerto Rican to be.
It's
to
like
kind
a
of butcher
Puerto
it.
Rican tamale, but it's made out of plantains or yuca, and it has meat on the inside with olives and seasoning.
Pasteles are the best.
Oh, but it's
Pasteles
so
are the best.
amazing. It's amazing.
I knit English style. I'm a knife holder. That's what I am. I'm a English style thrower, and then on the knitting, I'm a knife holder.
I love tamales too. Tamales are the bomb. We have an excellent tamale place here in Stockton that's been here almost 70 years.
Yeah, it's right around the corner from. It's near my work, and the place is.
What? You have made pasteles, Songbird?
Songbird and Zoila.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
I make a mess.
And there's different ways to make pasteles. Some people make it with the plantains, and some with plantains and yuca, or some with just yuca and something else. So, Fiber, you're a lefty, but you knit with a right hand. How do you knit? With the right hand or the left hand?
Right, because
Oh, okay.
I do this way when I knit,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Wow.
this way when I crochet.
Ooh, Susanna, you make a pecan pie. Oh my God. I did not have any pecan pies. And you know what? I was born in Texas. And you know, Texas, they have pecans. Shoo! I miss pecans. I like what? Patacones, arepas. I know what arepas are. Patacones. Oh, VJ.
7:16 p.m.
Oh, VJ.
Arroz con gandules. She makes it bomb.
Mhm.
She makes it bomb.
Carmen says Carmen craft. Well, Thursday nights. Making pecan pie tomorrow. Tank is making pecan pie tomorrow. Arroz con gandules, Bertha. Oh, you guys are getting us hungry. Rebecca, we're in Texas. Oh, Susanna. Okay, y'all.
I have to order to drive miles to get my Mexican spices and chilies. Oh, the land we've got like Mexican markets
everywhere.
all around us.
Yeah, we have it because
we're pretty lucky in that respect too.
Well, because there's a lot of farming communities here. We're a farming community here, and so there's a lot of
Dawn, it's Rihanna Papos?
Regina Papas.
Papas. The potatoes.
Potatoes rellenas.
Yeah.
Those are good. And they're fried. Cool. I started out English style knitter. Oh, Fluffy, you started out as an English style and ended up what? A right hand. And,
Lorraine's never had Puerto Rican food. She's got to get some.
Oh, yeah. Find a place or get a place recommended to you. Don't just go anywhere. Have somebody recommend a place to you.
Pozole. Fiber Floozy has pozole.
Oh, let's see. Fiber Floozy. Little Mecca's where we have pozole. It's good. Oh, pozole is good. Especially in a cold day. Woo! It'll warm you right up.
Continental Norwegian.
Oh yeah, there is a new Norwegian style. There's a Norwegian type of crochet too. There's also a Japanese. Let me show you. I bought a new book.
Because I know, Fluffy, is it the one that does this? And you have the yarn over your shoulder and you work it this way. because that's Portuguese. I know we call it Portuguese style, but you put it over, you keep your tension like on your neck and here. A lot of times they'll have a pin that the yarn goes to, but you keep your tension like over this way. Yeah, that is Portuguese. But I didn't know if it was the same, like, because there's a few countries that call that kind of knitting, they call it whatever country you're in. So I didn't know if that was like you were doing the like the Norwegian was like the Portuguese style, because like I know like Spain and a couple of other countries, when they knit like that, they call it their own, like their own country.
Okay.
So it's not just Portuguese. It's not just.
I showed this the other day since there's more people here today, but I thought you guys would like to see this. It's a crochet book. It's a new one. It's second edition. And it's really nice. It's real thick. And I got it at Michael's. And it's really nice. I know. I'm going to. It's got some really interesting.
No, it's all of the patterns and stuff. You
It's
can't.
all of the patterns, and it's got some really interesting.
You can't show that it's a pattern. It's still got the pattern, babe.
Babe, relax.
No, it's. I don't.
It's got the patterns. It's got some nice patterns that I thought you guys would like to.
Please.
Okay. It's got some really pretty patterns, but it's through crochet. And then I got this one also that I thought 280 Japanese lace stitches. Yeah. And it's got a lot of lace stitches. But this one doesn't have patterns. It has graphs.
So you can't show the graph either.
Okay, relax.
I'm not relaxing.
You're not relaxing?
I am not relaxing.
Okay. Let me show one.
Because that's copywritten.
I'm not going to show the.
Here, let me see.
Okay.
Let me see.
There you go. Like those. See the patterns? They're really nice. Again, and the patterns are they're not patterns. They're
written in a graph.
in a graph. Yeah, and they're easy to follow. Yeah, I thought I'd show you those two books. Yep.
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 Just to, you can go ahead and sit down.
Oh, I'm just gonna move this stuff.
Did you get both from Michael's? The books? Did you get both the books from Michael's?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yes, both of them were from Michael's.
And of course, promoting Tunisian handbook.
Got to get MDL in on this.
This is Tony Lipsy. Shout out to Tony. And this one that I really like. Oh, no, that's not it. That's Sophie's book. Here it is.
Come on, little man.
For some of the ladies here or gentlemen that might like Southwest crochet. Or blankets and what? I know I'm not gonna. Her pictures are big, and I'll be able to show some.
Yeah, but I think a few people have probably seen her channel.
Yeah,
Because she has
a channel too, and she shows her. She has. You can look, and she actually does the crochet with. But you can buy her book. Her work is amazing.
Oh,
She does.
we're playing. I'm playing to a fickle crowd, my love.
Oh yeah. Why?
Yeah, because Fluffy just said, "Just shut up and smile and nod."
Yeah. Well, and you know what? She has some amazing work. She has some really amazing work. And her
Yeah, she's on YouTube,
yes.
and she has some like really pretty stuff.
That's her blanket. Mhm. And she makes really pretty baskets, and she shows you how to make them online. You can go to her website.
You're gonna get me nailed.
I'm not going to get you nailed.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
See, her blankets. I'm not showing anything. You can go to her website. See, she makes really nice purses. And those are all crocheted. She crochets.
Is it Zoila? It's TL Yarn Crafts. That's who it is.
No, the other one is Tia for Tunisian.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
it's TL Yarn Crafts.
This is Susan Kennedy for the
The Southwestern.
Susan Kennedy.
Is there a channel on the back?
Oh,
I know we've watched
Yeah.
your channel.
yeah. Well done. Let me go up. It's right there. Susan Kennedy. Let me see if I get her.
Thank you,
channel.
Crystal. Because we're a new channel, so I want to make sure that we don't get it. We don't get the no whammies. Good night, Tank. It's always good to see you. Take care. Is it pretty peaceful crochet, Fiber Floozy? I like it. She's got some neat patterns, and that's what led me. I have Hirschner's. Could you hand me the Moroccan?
What do you, oh,
The Moroccan color wave. No, it's the other one. It's the red. And see, we were looking at her stuff,
Yeah.
and this was the colorway that popped into my mind.
Yeah.
And this is Hirschner's
Yes.
Worsted 8,
pretty peaceful
and it's a
crochet.
the colorway is Morocco or Moroccan, but it's got that like southwestern colors to it.
Yeah. And I've been watching her for quite some time. She's got some really pretty things. She makes rugs also, and bags.
Smile, Paco.
Pretty peaceful crochet. She makes some beautiful things.
Yes, I believe she does use a lot of mandala. So that's some of our influences as far as
Yeah.
ow,
Oh, sorry, babe.
that was my knee.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, babe.
That's all good.
She turned red. Sorry.
I walk on the bottoms of my feet. You can walk on the tops.
Sorry. I was trying to put everything away.
Yeah, and I know I was talking the other day that we're putting away stuff and trying to clean up stuff. We had been like crafting like crazy over the holidays,
Mhm.
making hats and scarves and stuff. So we live in an apartment,
Mhm.
whereas a lot of the creators live in homes.
Mhm.
So that's why the shoe boxes work for us. And so, but we've got, if you guys could see, yeah, it looks like a yarn shop exploded in our living room. So this weekend we got to do a little cleanup.
Daddy talking too loud.
Oh, fucking man.
Daddy's talking too loud.
See, he's just a little lover boy. He lets on that he's a pit bull, but he's a lover boy.
Okay, you ready? Because it's 7:33.
Yeah, he's our little guy, Don. We've had him for 12 years. He's 12 years old.
Yeah, he's going on 13.
And poor little guy, he lost a few of his teeth.
No more teeth.
So he's got the little
He's got no teeth.
tongue, the
Yeah.
little tongue hanging out.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, when he hears the bag rustle for snacks, he turns into a great white shark.
Yeah.
He goes crazy.
His teeth go black like a shark.
His
And
eyes
he's on
go
it.
black. like like you see the sharks when their eyes and he does the same thing. His eyes go black when there's snacks. So on that note, so we'll be releasing some stuff over the weekend. I'll go over what I'm going to do is go over how to use a swifter and a ball winder.
Mhm.
Because if you've never had Hanks,
Mhm.
it's a bit of a different animal. I know there's a few different ways to do it, whether it be hang on the back of a chair and make a ball, or do it that way. But I use a swifter and a ball winder. So I'd like to show how I do it. Because if you don't know, and I learned the hard way, I opened a Hank without anything, And yeah, I trashed a Malabrigo. I trashed a Malabrigo Hank that way. Yeah, I was not happy when I did it. Ow, ow, finger. Yeah, he's definitely mama's boy. Can you scoot this way?
No, because he's holding me like this. It's good.
Yeah, he's a mama's boy. I've used the ball winder, but never used the Swift. The Swift comes in handy, especially for the Hanks, because this is Prairie Spun DK that I got. Here, let me turn the light so you can see the color.
Oh, there you go.
So if you get the Hank, if you buy them in Hanks, you have to put them on something to wind them. And like you can see the two. So what this does is it pushes out and it opens up into a big circle, and you can't see them on this one, but there's see like this one. It's in black, so I don't know why they did that, but so you cut. There's a few of these around the Hank, and as soon as you cut these, the Hank will come apart. So you kind of have to be a little careful with it. But once it's balled up, it's fine. But getting it from the Hank to the ball, there's a little technique to it. Like I said, if you ever get one of those Hanks, like you go into a yarn store and you buy a Hank, have them. Most of the yarn stores like that we've been to, yeah, all of the yarn stores we've been to, will cake them up for you. So if you don't have a Swifter at home, uh, let you know when you go into the yarn store, let them know that you don't, and they'll cake it up for you. They're pretty cool about that. So when we go, we buy them in the Hanks. We'll buy them in the Hanks and then keep them in the Hanks until we're ready to use them. So that's what I do with the Hanks that I have used.
Mm-hmm.
So my love, is it time to
Mm-hmm.
say goodnight?
It's that time.
And like I said, I think did you want to come up more like this?
Sure. I can go up more.
Huh?
Yeah, I'll take turns. Yeah. Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
what Rebecca and I have been talking, and we'd actually going forward be doing like both of us in the involved with the channel, and like this kind of format, or have her on her own like camera, and have the both of us
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing, which we thought would be kind of neat, because then you can get both, you can get both of us. And like I said, on Thursdays, maybe we go live another day and do that. And then on Thursdays, I'd like to have like people in the community come up,
Mm-hmm.
and if they want to talk to us, come up and talk to us and have a chance to ask us questions,
Mm-hmm.
and have a good time. So that's what's coming up.
Yeah. Heidi says, Matt, you might as well step off the stage and let Rebecca and Paco have the show.
Oh man, what's up with that? What's up with that?
That's Sunflower.
No,
Heidi.
no love for the rock and crocheter. What's up?
No, they love you. That's
What is this
funny.
like? What is this like? Good crocheter, bad crocheter? What? What's the deal?
Well, remember, for Susan Kennedy, it is a peaceful. What? What did we say? For those who want to go to.
Thanks, Don. We appreciate it. And we appreciate all you guys. Like this last week has just been crazy. I show up, Matt. Oh, Linda, what's up?
What did Linda say? What did Linda say?
She said, I show up for Matt, but I stay for you.
Oh, she's so sweet. Thank you
Man.
so much, Linda. You are so sweet. Thank you so much.
And Fluffy is like, we still love you, Matt, but Rebecca is a doll.
I appreciate all your support. Thank you so much.
Good night, Sharon.
Pretty. The name of that website is Pretty Peaceful for the Susan Kennedy. Pretty Peaceful.
Wow.
You guys have to go and see her website. She is amazing.
And see her
Her channel. She's got a hoarse voice like me, but she puts all into her work. You need to check her out. She's amazing. Pretty Peaceful. Pretty Peaceful Creations, I think it is.
What?
Yeah, she's awesome. Snack. Did you feed him today?
Yeah.
Okay.
I fed him before we started this.
I think he wants a snackaroo.
He always wants a snackaroo.
Mm-hmm.
He's just snacking his dog around.
Yes, thank you, Zoila, for putting that up. Zoila, I hope your mom is doing okay.
And Zoila's the best.
I've been praying for you guys that everything is going okay.
I've bought her patterns on Cindy bought her patterns on Facebook.
Oh, awesome.
That's very cool.
Yeah. She's got amazing patterns.
Is it the shawl on the cover?
I think the book has a few patterns too. If you buy the book, yeah, there's patterns in the book. There's charts in her book and patterns. It's amazing. I'd like to try to make her bags. Her bags are amazing. And she sells her bags. She tells you she sells her bags for like $100 and something, $80 to $150. They're nice bags.
Where's that one? There was that one.
Does anybody live in New Mexico? The colors of their yarn is just beautiful. Please remember to thumbs up. Yes, please remember thumbs up. Yeah,
Got to do the thummies.
yeah.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, I
Just,
would love to do that as a blanket. That is so awesome.
mhm. The colors are so vivid.
The
But
colors are really vivid.
She actually buys her some of her yarn from New Mexico, and the colors from there are so vivid.
Hey guys, we've actually been on for an hour and 45.
Mm-hmm.
You want to
Mhm.
hang in a little more, or you want to call it a night?
I think what time is? Yeah, I think it's time.
It's time.
Mhm.
And thank you everybody for the support you've shown for us.
Do they like this format?
Do you guys like this format of having? I'm not asking you, Fluffy. I already know the answer. I know the answer.
Mhm.
So, would you guys like to see this this format more? Like with the both of us?
Mhm.
Dawn, I love this format. Amy, yes. I know Fluffy's answer. I got yeah. Lorraine says yes. Cindy says yes. You guys rocked for the real tonight. But I love your lives in any format.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
And Dawn Aaron is a big yes. And a shout out to Dawn Aaron.
Thank you, Dawn Aaron.
We were talking some stuff last night. Or else Dawn Yarndall.
Dawn Yarndall.
Wait, am I confusing Dawn's?
Yeah, you are. You were talking to Dawn Yarndall.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not Dawn Aaron.
Dawn Aaron's.
You were talking to Yarndall.
Sorry, Dawn.
But Dawn Yarndall is the bomb.
And Dawn Aaron.
Yeah, and Dawn Aaron.
I gotta talk her into hooking us up with some yarn. Because she does the dyed yarn.
Dawn Aaron does.
Yes. Oh no, Dawn Aaron's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like Dawn Aaron. Oh, before we get out of here, Dawn Aaron, did you guys go to Babette's or Babette's? Did you guys get to go?
Mm-hmm.
Dang, Fluffy, you're just killing me. You're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls.
I personally have been waiting for Rebecca's camera.
Oh, right on, Dawn.
Oh,
You guys will have a blast.
Oh,
That place is amazing. You guys will have a blast. It's her shop is a blast and a half.
Just take breaks.
But go
she
in.
Has a lot of wool.
Yeah, go in with a plan though, because you'll come out with crazy stuff.
Take breaks. If you can't handle wool, go in and out.
Yeah, I'm envious of you guys going to Babetta's this weekend. Hers, yes, I like her store. She's just got way too much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a kid for the first time walking into like Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tell her who sent us. She knows us.
Yeah. She's
really nice. And do me a favor, Dawn, about the colors. If you want, we'll shoot me off an email, and I'll get a hold of you on it, on the hand dyed stuff, if that's cool. And it's the rock and crochet at gmail.com. You're gonna set up your email this weekend, right?
Yes. Yes.
So we'll see. We'll make a few little changes to the channel. Dang, Zola, all caps. Dang.
Oh, we're glad you're back, Zoila.
Yeah, Zola's the best. But so is Dawn, and so is Lorraine.
And Lorraine. And
Fluffy, I don't know.
Fluffy, you're at the top.
I'm very lucky to have the subscribers I have. You guys are the best.
Thank you for everyone. Everyone who's here, we really appreciate you.
Because I know a lot of you are on the East Coast, and the East Coast is, yeah. I mean, it's like,
and
it's like 8 o'clock here and 12 o'clock there.
Yeah, and you're hanging in there.
And you guys have watched us.
And we send our prayers to those in Los Angeles
in Southern California.
Please send your prayers out to those families, because there's over 100,000 people that have been displaced by the fire. Please send your prayers out there. And some of you may know someone who has been displaced. The fire is horrible.
Oh man, I'm misinformed. I thought Fluffy was in Canada.
Where's Fluffy at?
Texas.
Oh, I love Texas.
Yeah, most crocheters are night owls. Because on the weekends, I know we stay up and.
Yeah, that's our only time.
Oh, from Canada.
Oh, originally from Canada?
Yeah.
We like Canadians too. We like the Urban Yarn Crochet.
Oh, yeah.
I love that crochet guy.
Gary?
Gary.
He's cool.
Yeah.
He's really cool. Well, listen, guys, we've been on here. It's 7 more minutes for 2 hours. What's 7 minutes between friends? Like I was telling, like on our last live.
Hey, this is his Portuguese goodbye.
This is, yeah, we call it
sorry guys.
Within my family, we call it the Portuguese goodbye. Because you start like in the living room and you say goodbye and you hug and you know, and then you move to like the hallway or the entryway, and then there's another conversation about something else, and then you go out to the car, and like halfway to the car there's another conversation, and then by the time you get to the car, like, you know, then there's more hugging and goodbyes, and it's a long goodbye. So I apologize, but that's the way, you know, that's the way my family's always been. Yeah, you guys have an awesome rest of the week. A very peaceful weekend.
He's still on.
Russ is okay. So for those of you that are still not sleepy and are gonna stay up all night, from what Rebecca, what from Rebecca?
Oh no, maybe not.
Yes, Maisie, the true good night is at the vehicle. Is it the car? Is he still on?
I don't know.
No, because it's light. It would be dark. He was on before me.
Okay.
So him with the swing shift thing, I think he's probably crashed out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he went live earlier. Rebecca's still on her phone. It hasn't so it's showing Russ sitting in like a sunlit room. So, but anyways, everybody have a very good night, a very good weekend. You know,
Oh.
whoa.
You go. Oh.
Say, keep Russ in your prayers so his poor knee heals. And we'll see you guys on the YouTube streets and see you this weekend. Thank you, Juan, for coming in. Thank you for Russ having the raid over.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to Dawn, Zoila, Fluffy, Fiber Floozy, all of you guys. I appreciate all of you guys. And Mateo.
Thank you, Mateo.
Mateo's here.
Thank you for coming. Thank
So-
you, Amy King.
And Amy and Lorraine. Thank all of you guys.
Cindy.
You guys are the best. So we will see you. This is the final. We're at the car. This is the at the car part. So we'll see you
Be
guys
blessed.
later. Have a blessed weekend. Bye, everyone.
We'll catch you at the streets.